If you've been on a commercial flight from London to New York recently, it was almost certainly loaded with gold. A lot of it. Right now, tons of gold are being moved out of London and shipped to the United States. Banks and traders are in rush. There is even a weeks-long wait just to get gold out of London. The numbers are staggering. Since the US elections, gold holdings in New York has skyrocketed by 116%. Since Donald Trump became president, gold has been one of the best performing investments, even beating stocks and the US dollar. And with the new tariffs shaking up global trade, gold is becoming more valuable than ever. Across the world, governments are moving to reduce their dependence on the US dollar, and their chosen alternative is gold. The World Gold Council latest figures were eye-opening. For the third year in a row, central banks had purchased over 1,000 tons of gold. But why is gold suddenly on the move, reaching record high of valuation? Why are banks pulling it from London and sending it to New York? And what does this tell us about what's coming next for the economy? Let's break it down. Gold, it's shiny, it's rare, it's one of the first metals human ever used. And it's been at the center of human civilization for thousands of years. It's one of the least reactive metals, meaning it doesn't tarnish, rust, or corrode. This durability, combined with its rarity and distinctive luster, has made it highly valuable for centuries. Gold is used in jewelry, electronics, dentistry, aerospace, and even medicine. But its primary role in global finance remains its status as a store of value. Gold has been used for over 6,000 years. The Egyptians, Mesopotamians, and Indus Valley civilizations prized it. The Egyptians saw it as a divine, literally the flesh of the gods. By around 600 BC, the Lydians in modern Turkey minted the first gold coins. Fast forward to ancient Rome, and gold was backbone of their economy, used in coins and traded across the empire. Then came the Spanish conquistadors, who crossed oceans, fought empires, and reshaped continents in their hunt for gold in the New World. The Ottomans minted gold coins known as altın and sultani, which were widely used to trade across Europe, Asia, and Africa. Gold played a key role in the empire's taxation system and was stored in the imperial treasury at Topkapi Palace. It was also a major driver of diplomacy, with gold gifts frequently exchanged between the sultans and foreign rulers to secure alliances and peace deals. The Ottomans also relied on gold to finance their military campaigns and infrastructure projects, including grand mosques and trade routes. Their control over key gold trade routes in Africa and Middle East helped sustain the empire's wealth for centuries. The 19th century saw gold rushes that drove mass migrations, built cities, and turned small settlements into booming economies. But the real game changer was the gold standard. For most of modern history, money was literally backed by gold, until 1971, when President Richard Nixon said, "Nope, we are done with that." The US abandoned the gold standard, and now our money's value is based on government trusts rather than actual gold reserves. But gold didn't lose its power, it just shifted gears. Gold isn't just an investment, it's also a geopolitics weapon. US has the largest gold reserves in the world by far, sitting on over 8,000 tons, locked away in the places like Fort Knox. In fact, it has more than Russia, China, Switzerland, India, and Japan combined. But other countries are catching up. China, Russia, India have been aggressively buying gold, not just as an investment, but as a hedge against Western financial dominance. And when economic sanctions hit, gold becomes a lifeline. When Russia got cut off from the global banking system like SWIFT after invading Ukraine, they turned to gold to trade with countries like China and India. The BRICS nations are also exploring ways to use gold for trade settlements to challenge the dollar's dominance. Gold is often called a safe haven asset. That means when everything else goes wrong, stock market crashes, inflation spikes, gold holds its value. And there are a few ways people invest in it. Physical gold, bars, coins, and jewelry. Old school but effective. Gold ETFs. If you don't want to store gold, you can invest in funds that track gold prices. Gold mining stocks. Instead of buying gold itself, you invest in companies that mine it. Some view Bitcoin as a digital gold, but gold has a more established role in global finances. Historically, gold has always been valuable, but it's not perfect. Unlike stocks, it doesn't pay dividends. Unlike real estate, it doesn't generate income. It's just there. But that's exactly why it's valuable in uncertain times. Alright, let's come to present day and look what's happening. Gold has become the best performing trade, outshining other major asset classes since Donald Trump's inauguration on January 20th. As fears of a trade war and a potential hit to global growth fuel demand for the heaven metal. Analysts say the global trade war will suppress economic growth and rises inflation, which are typically beneficial for gold. So here is a positive correlation between tariff news and the rise of gold prices. As trade tensions escalated, gold shipments surged. Banks and traders scrambled to transport gold across the Atlantic from London's vaults to New York's reserves. Meanwhile, Trump's latest tariff offensive was only fueling the fire. His administration announced sweeping reciprocal tariffs on both allies and adversaries, along with a 10% tariff on Chinese goods. The message is clear: the trade war is here to stay. It's a simple formula: more global chaos, higher gold prices. Trevor Gritham, head of multi-asset at Royal London Asset Management, states, "Gold can simultaneously serve as a hedge against geopolitical risks, a hedge against inflation, and a hedge against the dollar. It is these first two factors that have made gold such a strong investment over the past year, while buying by central banks and retail investors has also driven up gold prices." So where does gold go from here? Some believe it's becoming less relevant in a digital economy. Others argue that with rising debt, inflation, and global instability, gold's best days might still be ahead. Some analysts predict gold could shatter records if another major financial crisis hits. But the big question remains: is gold still king? For centuries, gold has been the ultimate store of value, but now a challenge has arrived: Bitcoin. Like gold, Bitcoin is scarce. Only 21 million will ever exist. It's fast, borderless, and no government controls it. Gold is heavy. Bitcoin moves in seconds. But here is the problem: Bitcoin is volatile. Gold is stable. That's why central banks hold 35,000 tons of it and zero Bitcoin. Gold has real-world uses. Bitcoin's value? It's all belief. So can Bitcoin replace gold? Maybe one day, but for now, gold still reigns supreme. Gold has ruled economies for thousands of years, and while we no longer carry gold coins in our pockets, its power hasn't faded. Whether as a hedge against uncertainty or tool of geopolitical strategy, gold is still one of the most fascinating assets in the world. What do you think? Is gold still relevant, or is it just a relic of the past? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for now, and see you in the next episode.